Arriving for today's critical meeting on the plan to get rid of Syria's chemical weapons. US officials travelling with John Kerry said it was doable but difficult. Syria needed to move swiftly to account for its stockpiles. Once American and Russian experts over the next 2 days have thrashed out how the plan will work. Speaking as he left for Geneva from Kazakhstan, the Russian foreign minister said the first step would be for Syria to join the Chemical Weapons Convention. The Russians are resisting Western calls for an ultimatum or any threat of force if Syria doesn't comply. Views aired by President Putin in an American newspaper this morning showed he and President Obama still disagree on key issues. The potential strike by the United States against Syria would increase violence and unleash a new wave of terrorism, he warned. And no one doubts that poison gas was used in Syria, but there's every reason to believe it was used not by the Syrian army, but by opposition forces. Continuing violence northwest of Damascus, in the Christian town of Malula. Intense fighting between rebel forces and the Syrian army, captured by a BBC team on the scene. So the lifeline thrown by Moscow, offering a possible breakthrough in this long drawn-out conflict, has made some see Russia in a new light.
I think what the Russians have proposed may turn out to be the best thing to come out of Russia since vodka.
But others are more wary.
Given their track record, any commitment made by the Syrian regime must be treated with great caution. This is a regime that has lied for years about possessing chemical weapons, that still denies that it has used them.
And the main Syrian opposition thinks it's just a ploy by the Syrians and Russians to play for time.
We don't trust the Syrian regime. We don't trust the Russians.
How we can trust them? They become part of the problem. They're not part of the solution.
But if there's one thing that unites all sides, it's that chemical weapons are abhorrent. And if there's a way to dispose of them safely, it's worth doing. Bridget Kendall, BBC News.